before approximately 1829. My Lord. Cool. And they've actually made a bunch of planks out of it. So, I don't know, they're gonna make a picnic table down there or something? Kind of neat. 1829. 190 years. And then they've got all the marks on here. That is cool. Hey y'all, Mark here. Oh man, I pushed myself hard to come out today. I was on reserve today until 1:30. I could have got out sooner than I did, but I was really trying to, oh man. A few reasons why I'm out. Tomorrow is supposed to be garbage. So it's supposed to be showery, so I figure I better come out and take advantage. One of the reasons that it's having such problems coming out is, I mean, the last 2 days I've been hiking. And 2 days ago I did a mountain, and I mean, you know, those of you who have really like gotten a deep workout in your legs, you know that 2 days later is when it hits. It really hits. Like the next day it hits, but 2 days later the deep stuff hits you, so. Yeah. Anyway, it's like 2:45. I mean, it's pretty damn late in the day to start hiking, but 8:30 at night is when night is gonna hit. I have a sub sandwich, so I don't have to worry about supper. I'm just gonna get out and do as much hiking as I can out here. I am in Bull Valley Provincial Park, and I'm just gonna start doing all these little hikes. You know, there's a whole bunch of them in here. I'm sure I won't even do them in one day. But I'm just gonna start from east to west, so I'm in the north part of this park. This park actually goes all over the place. It really does. But I'm gonna start doing the trails that are Bow Valley Provincial Park North and the Kananaskis Trail Guide. Right. I'm gonna start with Flowing Waters. All right. Go see what this is like. Windy. Hopefully it'll get better once we get into the trees here. Just a few steps into the trail, we have this down spruce tree. Doesn't look very old. The root structure almost looks like it's like grown into all this. This thing like still alive. This isn't usually what down trees look like. Bit of a curiosity. I haven't really made it to the loop yet. Following this little creek, still kind of in the middle of the campground, right? It's nice, nice little creek. But to be completely fair, you can still hear the highway real easy. So, hoping that changes. We are hiking. I am hiking away from it right now. See what happens when we get out of the campground and such. All right, I guess I'm at the official trailhead now. I started down here. That's where the book told me to start. I suppose you could park here. I don't know. I wouldn't want to come back and find some angry campground. I forget the name of them. The guy who runs the place, runs the campground all summer. Anyway. Looks like we got some interpretive stuff, so it's always kind of fun. And we got, yeah, look at some views of Kananaskis River. Not very good ones from here, though. And this is definitely dam territory. I went hiking yesterday along a river that has 2 dams, saw both dams. That's the best I can do. So I start walking out on the ice. Yeah, walking out a little bit. Don't want to do too much of this. It is spring, right? Did I mention it's spring? It's like April 18th, something like that. It's great early season hiking. Nice. Clear water. It's the beauty of the mountains, man. And you climb up and you get a little view. They've got tarp all down this trail, poking out in lots of places. I'm not sure what the point is. There's thousands of kilometers of trail out there. As far as I know, you take a pickaxe and you just start digging away. And there's some more. And then hikers walk on it and keep the plants from growing. And wildlife. And all that kind of thing. So I'm not sure what the point of the tarp is. Does that make it last a lot longer? I'm not sure. It certainly is poking out. Oh, that's rock. Never mind me. Certainly is poking out lots of places, so. Okay. Talks about you can see the evidence of beavers along this thing. Well, you can't. In Elk Island National Park, there's a few trails that have beavers, like tons of trees brought down by beavers. And even along the Edmonton River Valley. But I actually don't see really any here. Nothing recent, not even any old stuff. No. Obviously they cut them all down once. So typical. I open my mouth and now some recent stuff shows up. All right, so there is some evidence, but yeah, maybe some farther on. So one thing about campground hikes is you do pretty much never escape the highways. That's the only thing. This up here is actually Highway 1X in between the main highway and Highway 1A, which I think they just call Bow Valley Parkway. So, well, I mean, if you're gonna do like 4 of these like I am today, you get in some worthwhile stuff, right? I talk about the negatives of campground hikes, but I mean, look at all this walkway. You know, you can't just go traipsing through wetlands like this and you're out in the middle of nowhere unless you're gonna get your feet damn wet. So, there are the positives. There's a lot more money invested in campground hikes. Okay, done the loop. I'm now back to my car. Okay, that's one. Now I'm gonna head across the road and I'm gonna do, I think the first one I'm gonna come across is called the Montane Loop. So I'm not expecting any of these hikes to blow my ears back, right? It's all about expectation. I just want a nice walk in the woods and I'm pretty much just gonna scratch the itch that I have to do trails. I'm a trail junkie and so I like doing trails. Like, oh, right now I just have a little, because I finished the Flowing Water Trail. I got one done, so what can I say? I'm just a straight up addict. All right, off we go. Okay, across the road. I haven't even tried that. I'm pretty sure it's closed for now. It's still early in the season. The last one was 1.8. This guy is 1.5. Let's go check her out. Loops are pretty delightful. Love them a lot more than back and forth, that's for sure. it's advertised in the Kananaskis Trail Guide, this is pretty much just showing you a bunch of meadows. A few little signs and stuff to teach you about things, like these little blueberry guys are called bearberries. Believe me, don't try to eat them. They are just a bunch of brown puff inside. They're not blueberries. One thing about this day hiking business is I have food, but I mean, you don't leave food in a car when it's nice like this because it ends up being plus 35. So I have a sub sandwich. I don't have like egg or mayo or anything in it, but I still don't want that. I still don't want to take a chance on something in there going bad and then making me sick for God knows how long. So it's nice in here. Pretty long, nice shot in there. Yeah. Okay, so I lost the point of what I was saying there. The point is now the sandwich isn't in my car, it's in my pack. So yeah, that's what you do, right? That's kind of nice. Only 17. I'm actually related to some croupiers. Here's where I came from. This, I believe, is the correct trail according to my app, and we have a little branch off. So this might be an old one that goes down. I don't know. That's why I bring apps along. I think I could have figured out that this is it, but old trails. It's kind of interesting. You got this absolutely massive, massive tree. Before approximately 1829. My Lord. Cool. And they've actually made a bunch of planks out of it. So, I don't know, they're gonna make a picnic table down there or something? Kind of neat. 1829. 190 years. And then they've got all the marks on here. That is cool. Man. It's not even that thick. It's pretty thick. I mean, you know, my hand's not real big, but that's pretty thick. There you go. I mean, I expect a boring trail and I find something cool. That's actually something I've never seen, is they put the trunk out like that and line out all the years and everything. That was awesome. So most of this trail after you left the meadow has been this, just walking through the forest. You can't hear the highway as well as you could on Flowing Waters, but you can still hear it. Man, that tree was awesome. I'm loving that. I hope they make a permanent exhibit out of that stump. Like, they obviously cut it down just a few weeks ago. 190 years, 1829 to 2019. Obviously, math works there. Yeah, I mean, I love that. That is super cool. Something I've never seen before. I've never expect to see it on a trail like this. Cool stuff. Never know what you'll find. All right, that's 2. I'm gonna head down now, farther in. I think there's some winter gates. So I'll do a bit of driving around and see what's available. I know there's at least one more hike I can do. And from there, I can continue on and do more hikes. But, out of curiosity, let's see what we got going on. So there are winter gates up, even though there's no snow anywhere. This is Meadow Lake in front of me. I got to drive a little ways back. That's the only way you can get to all this back stuff, at least at the moment. Not sure when this opens. You have to figure that out for yourself. So right now, while the campground is closed, it's the best you can do for parking. Not a bad view out of this parking lot. There's Yamnuska. I mean, know where that dude came from. He must have done the same thing I did and just checked out the trail, the gates. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going in here. This is Middle Lake. According to this, the days are numbered. Right now it's only 1 meter deep. That is really not deep. But it's a natural thing. Talks about, well, it's dependent on the climate too, but, well, our climate is warming up, so. So there's this guy. It's 2.2 kilometers. I'm going to try and rattle off all these trails today. I think I have enough time. But that means I'm going to leave this one for the end. First, I'm going to walk down here to the Elk something trail. I forget the name. Many Springs Trail. And I'll come back, and then if I have time, I can go do this one. I think I will. That'd be pretty cool, because I get all the trails in on this campground here done, so that'd be cool. Okay, so I'm at the T intersection here. If you're following in the book, I'm actually going to go against what the book says. I want to go all the way around over here, and over there, you're still kind of following the river, so I might want to follow that a little farther, but I won't do that if all I'm thinking about is finishing the trail. And I want to go this way so that I'll have a lot more of it done by the time I get there. I'll have the Many Springs Trail done. I'll have an idea of how much time I have left, so it'll give me more options. And if you want a shot of the trail, this is Elk Flats Trail so far. Usual little serene walk through the woods. You can hear the vehicles in the distance in the highway, but nowhere near as loud as you could at the that first trail, Flowing Waters. And actually a little quieter than the Montane Loop, so must have got slowly away from the highway as I drove farther west into this campground. I'm getting hungry. I think at it's called like Elk Flats group area up ahead. Like a kilometer or so, I'm gonna have my sandwich. Well, it was pretty much just 1.1 kilometers of forest walk. Maybe a couple of times you kind of break out and see stuff, but not a lot. Now we've got the group use area. Some of these group use campsites actually a little bit impressive. Oh, that's a view. Yamnuska, and I don't know, I think it's door jam or something. Oh no, that's not yam. Yam over there. Wicked. This is a wicked view from this. Man. Okay. Not entirely sure where I guess it's just all tents. They park in here and then they move in and they tent. All right. I'm gonna hang out and have my sandwich. Well, I had a great sub sandwich. It's amazing that I feel like I have to put the garbage can on camera just to show that I threw my garbage out, because I've seen a lot of garbage out on trails. Just little bits and pieces. I'm sure it represents a very small percentage, but yeah. Now that came out of there, but I think we'll go over here. That sub sandwich hit the spot, man. A big foot long. It's a lot of energy, but the thing about that is my body's doing two things now. Now it's hiking and it's also using a lot of blood to digest food, so gotta be wary of that and kind of slow my pace a bit. It's hard to plan things, but it's not a bad idea to, you know, if you're gonna have lunch, to try not to do it before you're doing some big climb, because man, that does not help your stomach at all. All right, let's roll. Okay, rattled off that little 0.4 kilometers from the day use area. And now I've arrived at this guy. So when this campground's open, you're gonna just drive down here to the Many Springs Trail. According to the book, this traveler is total work of fiction. Oh, look at this. No drones. Oh, interesting. All right, rock and roll. Well, I think this is gonna have some nice views and stuff, right? But you can hear the highway clearly from here. We've gotten way, way closer to it. Oh, I'd gotten used to being away. I can even see the trucks. Oh well, can't have it all. Nice views here. This is something I've never seen before. They actually talk about this lake is expanding because of the beavers. Like the beavers have been damming it up. And look at them. Like look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a bunch of big beaver dams here. But I've never seen them pipe through beaver dams to try and keep the water flowing, right? So that it doesn't flood everything. Oh, there's another one down there. That is new. Huh. It's been an interesting day. Who would have guessed? Not bad little bridge. More beaver dams. And more pipes trying to make sure the water is actually flowing. And, you know, I think there's actually springs showing here. I think that's what this little tablet is going to say. Well, a couple of ducks didn't like me hanging around. Right in there, you can kind of see, let me see if I can zoom in. You can kind of see water coming up. According to that, a lot of the water comes from Yamuska. Goes underground and then pops up here and keeps this water 6 degrees all year round. Cool. Be a neat place to come visit in the winter, I guess. Got an Ask Us Trail guide asks if this sign is completely gone or not yet. No, it's still there. Talk about how the lake is slowly growing because beavers keep damming it up. That's a nice touch. Look at that. Really nice. Okay, well, hammering off that guy. Moving on. Whitefish Trail, 0.4 to Boar River. The day use area. Wow, those power lines seem quite low lying. Well, I am learning. According to this sign, the top half of Yamuska is mountain and the bottom is foothills. They call it the McConnell Fault. Cool. Pretty interesting, actually. Huh. Thank you, helpful sign. Now we walk along the river, and that is always nice. I'd rather hear the creakling of a creek, but hey, you know, rivers have wide open views. It's pretty sweet. It's an okay little walk, but it pretty much goes right beside a lot of campsites. So when this one opens up, you're certainly going to be seen in people's backyards in that sense. This trail is, you know, every so often you can kind of trot in like 10 feet to the river and check out this view. It doesn't get old.
This is like basically the only snow I've found anywhere on any of these trails. So far, at least. And what am I, 80% complete now? April 18th. Nothing wrong with that. Pretty great for early season hiking. Well, I don't think I'm gonna head up this way after all. Legs are starting to feel a bit raw. Doesn't even see how far it is. I think I'm gonna start closing this guy out. I still want to go into Middle Lake, but yeah. Let's see here. Okay. I think first I'm gonna go and sit down a bit. Starting to feel it. Oh, I like those rocks. Those rocks are cool. Oh. That's when I talked about my legs getting tired. Doing a bunch of climbing. My legs just don't have much kick in them. I mean, I've been trying to keep them in shape this winter, but, well, nothing like a good mountain to take the lead out of them, that's for sure. Well, I should have guessed that a trail called Moraine, which is basically a hill, a rock hill, would be a lot of up and down. But, reward, this is probably the best view on the trail, like all day. I've gotten pieces of this view before, but not this kind of 270. It's all trees. Yeah. I don't like what's coming up over there. I'm probably still gonna try and hike that other trail, but yeah. All right, I finished the Elk Flats trail. 4 down, 1 left. And I can't just leave one, like seriously. I have to finish them all off. Back here again. 2.2 kilometer loop starting now. So along this guy, we have a brochure with, you know, little numbers on it, but there's none of them there yet. They probably just put them here in the spring when the campground actually opens, so that'd be all right, but yeah, there's something to note. Okay, so here's the trail. You got some rocks, but they're well buried. There's really no rocks around here, right? None that I can see. Oh, except this big line of them. Some people have an interesting sense of humor, but I mean, where did you even find these? Did you actually bring them from the lake? And then the other question, oh, there's a couple of rocks over there. The other question is why? I don't know. Well, apparently this trail is for spotting flowers and maybe a little bit around Middle Lake. It just goes up to one side a little bit, but yeah, I'm not getting really rewarded for my stubborn desire to do all these trails. It's just a lot of forest. Well, I'm at least half done the loop now. Yeah, this is really all it's been. Well, I guess I can just put it in the bank. I know this trail, what it has, what it shows. Mind you, I've said that stuff before, and then I come across something interesting, so who knows? I mean, Montane Loop would have been fairly ho-hum, except for that wicked 190-year-old tree, so you never quite know. For all I know, I'm going to run across a cougar around the next bend. Which reminds me, coo-woo! Coo-woo! All right, probably not now. This trail does open out a little bit. You start getting a few views. I'm thinking this probably makes things more interesting. That little brochure. Who knows? Get some views of those mountains there too. You just, on the Many Springs Trail, the views are quite a bit better. Actually, it looks like I'm going to break out to a nice view here. But then at the lake, probably too. But yeah, you know. I think I've done one too many of these trails today, right? Now it's starting to get a little old on me. This trail, it's kind of a lie. There's the lake down there. I saw like benches along this lake. Now, why would I want to be hiking up here? There was benches down there, so apparently in order to get to those benches, you're supposed to hike along the lake. I'm trying to be a good boy, stay on trail, but it is not paying off. So, like, screw this trail. There's just going to be nothing but forest, because that's what it seems to be. All right. And down here. It's nice, open. It's super easy to bushwhack this. All right. Looks like I'm not the first even. Well, animal trails. There, I can even see prints. Probably from the animals coming down to get water. There. And here's the trail. Like, unofficial, obviously. It goes up there from the looks of things. Yeah. All right. Here's the interesting stuff. Okay, I guess I preemptively broke off from that trail because it appears to come down here and join up. Here's the bench I was looking at. So that there is kind of a trail that goes around the lake, but it's kind of, you know, unofficial. Oh, ooh, this thing arced underneath me a little bit. It's getting old. Oh. Just want to enjoy this for a minute. Somebody built a shelter, I assume. Natives. I think they're really the only ones allowed to do that sort of thing out here. And I'm pretty much done the loop. Gotta head on back to the car. Well, there you go. I didn't honestly think I would get all 5 trails done. I just came out. I thought I would just do some trails and see how my legs felt, see how I felt. Lo and behold, I did all 5 trails, so not bad at all, man. A couple of surprises, right? It's interesting to see dams with, you know, that we've actually circumvented, so that, and these things run right through the beaver dams, so I don't even know if the beavers attack these things or what. You know, the 190-year-old tree, that's the highlight of the day. So unexpected. For the record, I haven't said anything about it, but I did see my first mosquitoes today. It's too early for them to be biting, but mosquitoes. Anyway. Okay, see you on the next one. Get out there and hike.